a very, very important thing is happening on the Loren and Wally Morning Show. Our executive producer, Brian Lungboy Bell, is doing everything he can to find a good job. And
won't you help?
He's trying to get out of this show. He's just sick and tired of doing this show. So he is now becoming a voiceover guy.
Yes.
And his new career starts tonight on Comcast Sportsnet. And if you're wondering what a voiceover guy is, it's like the guy who goes something like, tonight on Channel 5 News. You know, that kind of guy?
Right, yeah.
And so there's this new series that premieres tonight starring Dr. Mark Adickes. And we've talked to Dr. Mark many times.
Adickes.
I'm sorry. I keep thinking of Tom when I say Adickes. Dr. Mark Adickes. And
somehow I get brought into everything.
How about you?
He's a former NFL player. He's won a Super Bowl, and he's got a Super Bowl ring. But he is now an orthopedic surgeon. And so, could we hear the intro on the new show as you, okay, this is Lungboy as he introduces the show.
Welcome to Athlete 360.
Wow!
And that's all you do?
That's right. My big debut. I couldn't have done it without Dr. Mark.
Do you have to drive into the studio every day to do that?
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Mark is on the line with us this morning. Morning, Dr. Mark. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Oh, it's
no
great
problem.
to have you on again. Welcome back.
Great to talk to you. And this series looks absolutely fantastic. Premieres tonight, Comcast Sportsnet, 5 o'clock. And basically, it's amazing medical stories about all these different great athletes. And who's featured in the very first show tonight, Dr. Mark?
We've got Dikembe Mutombo.
Oh, big guy.
Dr. Mark, what's going on?
That's the way he talks?
Why me?
Yeah, have you ever heard Deke talk?
I don't think so.
No, Dikembe sounds just like the Cookie Monster.
Really? So what happened to Dikembe?
Well, I mean, he's had a really long career and shot block leader, and he's really famous for his finger wag, but he ruptured his quadricep tendon in the playoffs last year when we were playing the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, what happens when that ruptures? What is literally happening?
So, I mean, the quadricep tendon, so all the muscles in the front of your thigh attach to the top of your kneecap.
Right.
And essentially the tendon just rips away from the top of the kneecap and then retracts up your thigh.
Oh, my God.
Well, how do you pull it back down?
Yeah, you have to make an incision. You literally have to pull it back down.
Yep.
And then how do you hook it on?
Yeah, how does it go back to your kneecap?
Well, I mean, what you do is you run sutures up and down that tendon, and then you drill holes through the whole kneecap, and then you pull it back down to the kneecap and reattach it.
Does that hurt?
No. You giggled the whole time.
Wow. We've just recently started doing surgery when people are actually asleep.
Yeah, they do it at halftime, and he's fine.
Yeah, it comes right back out.
Basically then, Dr. Mark, you're just nothing more than a glorified carpenter.
That is exactly right.
Wow, that's an amazing. Well, how does it work? How did it work out for him?
Oh, he's doing great. I mean, he's walking around without a limp. I mean, he's now the sort of the international ambassador for the NBA. He decided not to play anymore, but rumor has it he was somewhere between 50 and 60 when he retired anyway.
What kind of rehab is on that, Doc?
Well, it's quite. I mean, it's pretty protracted. So for 6 weeks you keep your leg fairly straight, and then over 3 months you sort of get your motion back. But most guys are walking pretty normally after a couple months.
Isn't that amazing? That's simply amazing. Yeah.
So this show that we're going to see tonight at 5 o'clock on Comcast, are you going to show the operation on the show?
We show what we do. We do have some photos from the surgery. It's really about, all right, what is the injury? Really getting to know the athletes.
Yeah.
What does it feel like to get hurt?
Okay.
Physically, what's it like coming back? What were you thinking? I mean, we've got some amazing athletes a race car driver who ran into a wall at 180, a bull rider who, dislocated his hip when he was thrown and stomped.
Hey, remember the football player from Buffalo who was paralyzed and they put him on the ice? So what is that guy's name? Kevin Everett?
That's right.
You ought to do one on him because that was an amazing story.
We do have a show on Kevin Everett.
Really? No kidding.
How is he doing now, Doctor?
He's doing great. He's doing great. I mean, you would never know that he had ever been. I mean, he was completely paralyzed.
Yeah. Right.
And he recovered. He's not as strong. He does have some weakness.
Yeah.
and I talking to him, he has some chronic pain, but if you just saw him walking down the street, you would never, ever know that
That's simple.
Wow, that's remarkable.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, we urge you to tune in tonight. That's at 5 o'clock on Comcast Sportsnet, and help Lung Boy further his career as a voiceover announcer. Yeah. And, you might want to work with Dr. Mark Adickes, too, because, he's a decent guy, too, as well as a fine orthopedic surgeon.
Thank you, Doctor.
My pleasure. You can also see all the airings of all the shows on Sirius Fun TV, Facebook.
Okay, cool. Hey. And it's called Athlete 360. Is that the name of it?
Athlete 360.
Okay, yep. Got it. All right, fabulous.
Thanks, guys.
Have a great day. Thanks
Doc. Loren and Wally, mornings from 5:30 until 10 on 105.7 WROR.